Parsley Hawthorne.
So this is one of the easiest to identify. If you look at the mature leaves, they kind of look like parsley. Hence the name Parsley Hawthorne. And also the bark, it's kind of a scaly, peely sort of thing. The fruit in the fall have these red berries that are actually quite sweet and tasty. But again, as good as the fruit is, I consider this to be a much more valuable as a medicinal tree. Let's talk a little bit about the hawthorns. Are there any herbalists here? Okay. All right. Okay. So hawthorn. The main claim to fame of the hawthorn is it's really good for the heart. It helps strengthen the heart muscle. It helps improve the blood flow. It helps lower the blood pressure. It does a number of different things that help strengthen the heart. The chemicals that do that are found in the flowers and in the leaves and in the berries. What I do is I make my own extract where I take the berries and mash them up and put them in a quart jar and fill it with vodka and let them soak basically from the time that the berries appear until the time that the flowers appear. At that time, then I strain out the berries and then I put in the flowers and the leaves all chopped up and then let them soak again for several months, a good 8 weeks or so, shaking them out every day. At that point then, you strain that out, you have the alcohol tincture, and I'm not giving you medical advice, but like a 1 dropper full of that a day is just very strong heart medicine. It just helps. Basically, it strengthens the heart, does lots of stuff. This is shown by Western science. It has all sorts of good properties. Side effect. One of the things it does is it helps sedate what's called the beta waves in the brain. That's one of the main, if you, people are on a blood pressure medicine, usually like propranolol or some of the other blood pressure medicines, they are beta blockers. They help reduce the beta wave activities in your brain. The beta waves are responsible for involuntary muscle type issues. By lowering that, it basically, one of the effects is lowering the blood pressure. The other really interesting effect of lessening the beta waves is that it helps with what's called the fight or flight reflex. In humans, when they're under stress, they have an actual physiological, uncontrollable physiological reaction to that. Basically, the body prepares to either fight to the death or run like hell. But in doing so, the blood flows to the core, away from the extremities, so you lose fine motor skills. Your mouth gets dry, the saliva dries up, your vision drops down to tunnel vision. Basically, all the effects of stage fright. If you've ever had to give a talk and you're just shaking beforehand and your mouth is dry, that is stage fright. That is an involuntary reflex controlled by the beta waves. Hawthorn will help sedate that, will help reduce stage fright. To the point where it is actually considered a performance-enhancing drug. Athletes are not allowed to take it in professional competitions, because if you get rid of that stage fright and the physiological effects of that, you can perform that much better in the activity. So it's considered to be an unfair advantage. On the other hand, a lot of concert musicians and stage actors and actresses and so forth, they will take beta blockers just to prepare themselves for a performance, so they get rid of their stage fright. It's funny when you hear that actors and actresses having stage fright. Was it like Carol Burnett? She used to throw up every day before her show and things like that. I'm in Toastmasters, a public speaking class, and it may sound like I'm giving you medical advice, but I'm not. But if you have to give a talk and you're terrified, you can go to the Asian markets, you can get some hawthorn tea, and it will help reduce that stage fright, the physical effects of the stage fright. That being said, it's also a fairly strong diuretic, which means it will make you have to go to the bathroom. So plan accordingly.
Always, even if in moderation?
Yeah.
Does it apply the same way? Can you just steep it in warm liquid and have the same effect?
Yeah. So you can make a tea from, in fact, that's what if you go down and buy the hawthorn tea, or just this time of year you can get it off the tree.